Warning, the Surgeon General has determined that the sounds you're about to hear can be devastating to your ear.
Stop films.
It's hood singers, baby.
What's poppin'? We back with another episode of Word is Born with Twice Thou. Truth be told, Reppin Boston, Part 2. So the last episode of Reppin Boston, Part 1, we talked about how the Almighty RSO and made men, particularly the Almighty RSO, been reppin' Boston since the early 80s. And I told y'all a little something about when EPMD came to town and Eric Sherman took his jewelry off because he was scared to get robbed and he wanted me to wear his jewels. That was in Boston. So now we're going to talk about repping outside of Boston. How Almighty RSO took Boston on the road. One of the first instances I'm going to tell y'all about is an incident with MC Serch. Some of y'all might know MC Serch from Third Base. Some of y'all might not know him. He had a show on he had a reality show about some rapper shit a while back. And so yeah, we was on tour with Lords of the Underground, Roxanne Shante, Lil Bastards, Bismarck, OC. Probably was in the Serch, MC Serch. Probably was a few others that I forgot. But the first night of the show, we was in Virginia. The first venue was in Virginia at a club. And so we was the only group that had our own tour bus. And on the next segment, I'm gonna get into how we got that tour bus. We got that tour bus from Markie from a situation with Markie. But y'all gotta stay tuned and watch the next clip or the next episode to hear the story about that and how all that went down. But we're gonna jump over that and get into this one right here. So we was the only group, and I don't even think we was signed then. We was the only group that had our own tour bus, had our own everything, and everyone else, all the other groups that I just named, they was all on one tour bus. And on the tour buses, I believe it was like 8 beds, so you know, people, they was overcrowded. Us, we was pretty much, you know, we had like 16 beds. A master bedroom in the back, a kitchen, a full bathroom, shower, tables, card room. Like our bus was crazy. So anyway, man, we first night of the tour, we get to Virginia to do the show, and we had went on. So we did our RSO thing, we rocked the show. And then we got off stage, we kind of like filtered out in the crowd, went out into the crowd to kind of like mingle in with people, meet people. You know, we was that type of group. You know, we didn't perform and then go A lot of times we didn't just go sit in the back and just wait for it to be over. We'd go out into the crowd, get some drinks, mess with some chicks, talk to the fellas and shit like that. So we in the crowd after we ripped out. MC Serch was pretending to be the host or something, or he was acting like he was the host. So he had said some old slick shit, was like, yo, the last group that was up here, didn't one of them brothers look like Humpty Hump? And so the crowd started laughing. So my man that was next to me, I don't know if it was beef or hearse, was like, yo, is he talking about you? And I was like, yeah, I think he is. Because I was the only dude in the group in the Almighty RSO that did look like Humpty Hump. Because of my nose, my eyes, you know what I mean? I got a big nose, it ain't a secret. But the ladies love it. And so anyway, one of my dudes was like, yo, is he talking to you? Is he talking about you? And so immediately we grouped up, we went to the stage, we made our way to the stage, went up on stage. He didn't know what was going on. He thought he was being funny. He was trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny to us. So we walked up on stage, surrounded this nigga, took the mic from him, slapped him around. And he was like, yo, what's going on? I'm just trying to be, funny. I'm a comedian, blah, 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 blah. And, we're not the dudes for you to be. We're not the butt of your jokes, you know what I mean? We're not them dudes for that, man. And so that was the first night that MC Serch felt our rap on stage in front of everybody. We straight embarrassed him on stage. He didn't even perform. He was so scared he didn't even perform. So then the next day, we're leaving to go to the next city, and MC Serch was in front of the hotel on the phone, canceling himself off the tour. So he never went on any of the other. It was probably like a 15-city tour all down the East Coast. He never even finished the tour. He was so scared that he canceled himself off the tour, and that was it for him that night. And we never heard anything from MC Serch after that again. Never heard a peep from his bitch ass. And so he felt the wrath of Almighty RSO early on. That was one of our first encounters with a rapper out of town, trying to be funny, thinking we was a joke. Had to check him and embarrass him. So that was that. We went on that tour, man, and basically had the bodyguard for everybody on tour. Anytime Shantae got into some shit, the little bastards got into some shit, they always came and got us. And on that same tour, Markie had got robbed in North Carolina. Mark got robbed at a show, got his jewelry taken, and came and got us. After that first night, they was all calling us the Bad Boys. That's where the Bad Boys thing came from. That whole Bad Boys name. I think Roxanne was the first one that was like, y'all some bad boys, and she started, that kind of got that whole Bad Boys thing going. Everyone started calling us that. And everybody that got into some shit always ran to us. So when Biz got robbed in North Carolina, when we was waiting to perform, he came and got us. So me and a few of the other fellas went out in the parking lot like, who robbed you? Point them out. We go out there, he points the dudes out who robbed them. We whips out on these niggas in North Carolina.
I'm that same nigga that ran up on Keith Murray for disrespecting the bean. He changed the story in a hurry. I changed Markie Mark into a foxhole for rocking that brewing shit on the Arsenio Hall show. And when Markie got robbed in North Cac, nigga, who the fuck you think went and got his jewelry back?
The man that they give his jewelry back, where else is going down? These niggas give his jewelry back right there on the spot. We was just so wild back then that we didn't even give a fuck, man. And so they gave him his jewels back. He was happy. He was totally on our dick after that. Biz is a good dude too, man. Biz, after that, Biz was real tight with us. And that was just another example, again, of repping Boston. That was just us repping Boston and how niggas from Boston get down and how we do shit. And I'll tell y'all another story about Keith Murray. Keith Murray was, he had came out dissing Boston. He had a group called LOD, which stood for the Legion of Doom. We also had a Legion of Doom, and he knew that, and so he came out on record talking about, y'all ain't the real Legion of Doom. Y'all can't use that name. Y'all ain't real, yada 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 yada. At the same time, they was fucking with these little niggas called Illegal. Jamal and Lil Malik, little black, little faggot ass nigga. And so he said some old slick shit on the record. Oh, it's gonna take more than no mellow yellow RSO to mellow me. Some dumb shit he said. So he went at us. And so we took that shit personal. These niggas was little sherm smoking niggas, man, but they was little niggas with big mouths. So we was like, alright, these niggas won't run their mouth, so we gonna treat them like big niggas. So anyway, we was living in Houston at the time, down there recording the Almighty RSO Doomsday album. We was living in Houston for maybe about 4 or 5 months. And we was down there writing the whole album, working with Doc Doom, Crazy C, and a bunch of other producers down there. Rap a Lot and Lil J and all that. And so we ended up flying up to the Source Awards. And I believe the Source Awards that year was at the Madison Square Garden. And so we was like, yeah, we gonna go see this nigga Keith Murray, because we was looking for him for a minute. We was trying to bump into him. In the industry, you bump into rappers anywhere, like in the studio or at a show or the Source Awards or something like that. So we knew he was gonna be there. So we was like, we going there. So we flew up there. We get there. We get backstage. We see this nigga backstage. At this point, I'm wanting to punch a hole in Keith Murray's face. I'm wanting to punch this nigga's fucking head off back then, just because of the shit he was saying about Boston. And that's how much we loved Boston. That's how much we rep Boston. That's how much we didn't just rep Boston in Boston. So we approached him backstage and asked him, what's all that fly shit you popping about Legion of Doom and we ain't real and yada yada yada. He goes off saying, oh nah, big man, he's talking to me, nah, big man, I ain't mean it like that. I ain't mean no disrespect. And I'm not trying to hear it. I'm like, nigga, Fair One's right now. Fair One's available, man. Fuck all that shit you was popping. Let's do this right here. His mans and them don't want no problems. He don't want no problems. Couple niggas on our side was like, yo, he don't want no problems. Squash it, fucking. I'm like, I'm real heated. I'm pretty much wanting to square off with this nigga, but he didn't want to fight. Keith Murray didn't want to fight. So again, he bitched up. And sometimes when a nigga bitch up, it's just as good as slapping the fuck out of a nigga. Sometimes you don't even gotta get your hands dirty. Sometimes you could just run up on a nigga and pitbull him in his face, and he just don't want no problems. So he apologized and he didn't mean it, and y'all are the Legion of Doom, and I ain't trying to take the name. So everything he had fucking said previously, he was all retracting it now. And we had made a song called You'll Never Know, and Benzino's verse was directly going at Keith Murray. She said some shit.
You gonna say with a mouth full of clock, the most beautifulest thing will be in the wooden box.
That was a direct shot at him, just letting Keith Murray know, like, we heard what you said. We're not letting it ride. We are Boston. We rep Boston. And any slick shit you say about Boston, you gonna have to deal with us about it. So tune in next joint. On the next episode, we're gonna talk about the incident with Markie Mark. I just told y'all about how we got the tour bus. That's a big story about how Markie Mark tried to wear this brewing shit and we wasn't having it. And what we had to do to get that tour, what we didn't, that ended up getting us that tour bus. That tour bus came from his manager, Dick Scott. And then there's an incident with 50 Cent. It wasn't a beef with 50 Cent, but it's a situation that happened. We was there that night when he got into it with Ja Rule and his crew. And then another incident with Ice-T in Inglewood, California at the amphitheater. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about Kanye. When Kanye was just a little Chicago nigga running around trying to get his beats heard, chasing us around all night, and how we rode up in Caprini Green projects with our big ass tour buses, our big made men tour buses, the only rap group to ever roll up in there and get respect from them niggas. So I'm gonna tell y'all about that, all of those ones on the next episode. You know how Kanye was just like a little like a pest. He was just like being a little pest that night, man, when we just wanted to smoke weed and get with bitches, and this nigga just wanted to just be on our tour bus and wanted us to listen to his beats and shit. D-Dot ended up taking one of his beats, and we ended up using that on the Made Men album called Deja Vu. I think it was the remix to Deja Vu with Mace and Pierre Cardin was on it. Big Pun was on that. So I'll talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Kanye know what it is. Honestly, really y'all tune in, man, because I'm gonna keep it real funky. Ice-T, when I tell y'all the story about Ice-T, man, Ice-T had to drop on us. And if Ice-T wanted to have us murdered that day, that afternoon in Inglewood at the amphitheater, he could have had us killed. We could have been dead that day, no doubt, because we was definitely outnumbered. He had to drop, but like I said, y'all tune in to hear the story about that on the next Reppin Boston. And also I'm gonna tell y'all a story about Nas, when Nas got real disrespectful one night at the Paradise in New York City. Got real disrespectful and really pissed me the fuck off, man. After the show, we was looking for Nas, and we found Nas standing in front of a bodega, and one of my mans that had that thing didn't want to give me that thing, and I was so fucking heated. And if he would've, probably would've never heard anything after Illmatic. And I'm glad that he didn't, because we ended up getting cool with Nas. And Nas is actually one of my favorite rappers. And my sister didn't talk to me for a long time after that because she loved Nas. But you know, this is all real shit. Nas know, he remember that night. He was real disrespectful, and it was gonna be an ugly fucking night up there in New York, man. So I'm gonna tell y'all about that story and what happened and how that transpired. Like I said, we ended up getting cool with Nas, and we did a joint called A Few Good Men with LES. Beat from LES, shout out to LES. Shout out to QB, shout out to my Mobb Deep niggas up there in Queensbridge. Shout out to MC Shan. You know what I mean? Shout out to Nature. Shout out to my dude, Cormega. Cormega's my dude, man. Love you, Cor. And so, yeah, man, tune in next time. Truth be told, word is born with Twice Thou, man. It's all real here. Tu Gran Pana. For my Spanish people.
JV, DaRapSinga.
In my city, in my city, do this for my city. This is a toast. This is for my
So yeah, man, we told y'all last time, we told y'all on the last joint that we was working on this song called Toast. And it's a toast to our city, a toast to Boston. And we got a name now. I think we told y'all we was looking for a name. Twice Thou and JV is now called Team 1. Y'all be on the lookout for Team 1. We working on the EP. JV's gonna tell y'all about it tell y'all more about it in a second. But we trying to bring Boston out a little bit more for the summer. We're gonna be shooting some videos. This song right here, like I said, is called Toast. And produced by JV DaRapSinga, Hood Singers Productions. Listen to it. Got my man Drew Easy right now mixing it down, getting it ready for the video. He'll be mastering it. We'll be putting this out real soon. We're gonna invite everybody out to come get in this video. It's gonna be a Boston thing. Boston's the city of champions, so we're gonna try to show the world that. Everyone's gonna be invited. And JV and Twice Thou is bringing something a little different to the table, man. It's not just your regular rapper and singer dude hooking up, man. We're trying to be a little different, trying to be really creative. And it's actually gonna be a movie series with these videos. Each video is gonna lead into the next one. And so I'm gonna turn it over to JV and let him tell y'all more about it. Cause it's actually his baby. I came on board to give it another flair with the rappers touch, with the MC's touch. And we gonna rock out for y'all. Team 1. Team 1.
So basically, this is what it is. The name of the project is called Love Made Me Do It. And the reason why I named it Love Made Me Do It is because I'm at the point in my life where I think I went through a lot of stages. Like, I went through a hateful stage, I think I went through the struggling stage, I went through the homeless stage, I went through I think I went through a lot of stages, and I think I'm at the point in my life where I'm honestly doing a lot of things out of love. So I made the project about that. I think love is the base of a lot of things. When you love somebody, it eventually turns into hate. When you love somebody, you do a lot of good things. So bottom line is, Toast became a branch of my EP Love Made Me Do It because I felt like I wanted to show Boston a lot of love, because a lot of people that I grew up with are not here. And there's a lot of people that make music nowadays that really isn't moving the community or uplifting the children or bringing our communities together. So I just felt like I needed to do as much as I could possibly do, because I got kids in the community and I wanted everybody to, this summer, to feel a part of something. I wanted everybody to feel good. I just want that good vibe. So who else to get for the project but Twice, and that's what I did. And so now we turned that into an EP, which is started with Toast, it went to Revenge, and now it's at Dolly My Baby, and hopefully it gets more deeper than that. But again, man, it's all about just bringing everybody together, and if we can bring everybody together, that's just a start. I'm not trying to say the world, I'm just trying to bring everybody in Boston together for once. We've seen a lot of shit happen in my life. Black president, we getting black money. I just want Boston to come together. Can I just get y'all to come together, man, please? Shit. But that's what it is, man. Love Made Me Do It, Team 1. And I just hope y'all enjoy what we're doing, because it's not really, I'm not doing this for no money. I'm not doing this for no shine. I'm doing this because I really got love and passion for music and for the arts. And I just hope y'all appreciate it, because it's going to be a lot of blood, sweat, and tears put in this. A lot of people are working hard to make this this vision come together. Even if you don't even know you're a part of this, but you are. If you're watching this, you're a part of this. You're inspiration for all of us. So this is a toast for y'all, man. Peace.